Hi everyone, this is Cindy with Crane the Heart, and I'm back with another card in my Fun Fold series. So today we're going to be doing a crisscross card, which is kind of, I don't know, it was popular a few years ago. I don't know that people make them anymore, but I make them occasionally along with pocket cards because I like the interaction of a little pocket. I think it's really cute. So you could, if you want, put a little tab here for your little pull-out piece. I actually didn't finish doing my pull-out piece, so I'll work on that during the video. So anyway, this is my sample. This is the one that I made to show you guys. So this one is using the Doodle Bug, I don't think it's Fairy Tales or something like that, paper. And you can see that this one's upside down because when you cut the crisscross, yeah, it ends up being upside down. So anyway, no worries. This is from My Favorite Things. I colored it in with my Copics, and then this says wishing you rainbows, unicorns, and glitter, and that's white embossed. This belly band doesn't come off. I don't always do a belly band that comes off because it seems unnecessary because the card is put together. It's not like it's holding anything. The belly band isn't holding anything shut. So I tend to do it just because it gives it a more finished look. But you could do like ribbon to it. I just think it looks better with a little something around it. And then it just pulls out. And then this is the place for your sentiment. And this one says magical birthday wishes. And then here's the inside of that castle. Okay, so to make the card, you need 2 sheets of cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by 11. So basically 1 sheet of 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock cut at the 4 1/4 spot. And then you're going to score it at 5 1/2 inches each piece. And then what I tend to do, so then you're going to put it in your paper trimmer and you're going to cut one side at a diagonal. And then I kind of take my other piece and make sure that I'm cutting the correct side. It doesn't matter if you do it wrong because you can always flip it around and make it work. But you cut them at the diagonal to make the crisscross shape. And now you've got to put it together. So I tend to just use ATG for this. So to put it together, you just go ahead and run your ATG. Right along there. And then you just go ahead and fit that in. And there you go. So inside, you can go ahead and you can put a piece of paper inside, which I didn't cut, but I think I'm going to cut one now. I think I'm going to do just something very generic. So this inside piece is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just going to be slightly smaller so that you have a little bit of a border. So here that is. It's just going to fit right in here. And I like to do that right now before I seal up my little crisscross card. And the paper that I'm using is some Valentine's Day paper from Michaels. It is called Girl Squad. It has a lot of really nice B-side papers. So there you go. Okay. And then it just fits like this. So then what I do is, if I can find my 1/8 of an inch, which I literally just had it, but for some reason it disappears, but I have my 1/8 of an inch score tape, and I like to use that, but no worries, I'm just going to use the 1/4 inch because that's what I have handy. Yeah, you don't have to use this. You could run your ATG, use whatever you want. Doesn't need to be super like sturdy or anything like that. Even on this one, I'll just go ahead and use my ATG so you can see that you can just run it right there. I just like to use the 1/8 of an inch square tape because it's, you know, 1/8 of an inch versus 1/4 of an inch gives you a little bit more space for a pull-out, but it's not that big of a deal. And then you just run that there. And here you go right here. So then you take a piece of paper and you cut it at its diagonal, and you might have to trim it down slightly if you want a little bit of a border. So I just tend to do a 5.5 by 4 1/4 sheet and then cut it at a diagonal and then kind of fit it there and then decide how much to trim off the side so I get a little bit of a border. And so I'll show you what I do with the other piece. So when you cut it, it's 2 triangles, and then the other triangle doesn't necessarily fit properly. Just doesn't fit properly. So what I do, and I'll show you that in just a second, is I should have put this one in first, but I didn't. No worries. Is I just fit it in there and then I just trim it down. I'm glad I use ATG for this because I can kind of lift it up again. Yeah, so I use the other piece and I just kind of fit it in there and I just trimmed it down. I just trimmed the bottom off because that part isn't going to be shown, and then I don't have to cut another piece of paper. So when you make one of these cards, or if you've made one before, you would know what I mean. This side you can't really see what's going on anyways. See? There it is. All right, so then I've got this piece, which I'm going to use. You can see now it doesn't fit all the way because I'm not using my 1/8 of an inch. It's a little bit big. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that bottom down just a tad. And now it fits pretty well in there. Fits pretty well. So I'm actually, I think it might be like a birthday. I mean, you could do both sides, but I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get a little piece of white, if I can find a piece of white. And I'm just going to do it small enough that I could do a sentiment on it. Just like so. So I'm just going to do that. And then that way you've got a little piece to do happy birthday and a from or whatever. Or thank you, however you want to do it. Okay, so here's your inside piece. And you can decorate that any way you want. So I'm just keeping it pretty simple. So there's that piece. And now we're going to decorate the front. So you can do a belly band any size that you want. The other one, I did a little bit of a thicker belly band. I want to say it's 1 inch. This one is 1/2 an inch. I just decided that that's the size that I wanted. And so, I don't know if people seal theirs or not, but I mean, does it make sense not to? And so you can see that it doesn't quite fit because what I did was I took, it's supposed to be 12 inches, 1/2 an inch by 12 inches, but I did 1/2 an inch by 11. That's what the size that I had, but I'm going to cover that part up that's not shown. So it's not shown. Okay, so let's see. Donut worry, be happy. That's going to be cute right there. And okay, and this stamp set is from Lawn Fawn. It is such a good deal. The stamp set and the die are super cheap because the die is only just one little donut die. So it's a good little deal. And that's just going to go right there. And I haven't used my one's not even ready to go. Where is my silver? I don't know where my Wink of Stella is. That's the clear one, but I don't know if it's got any juice left. It's been so long since I've used it. I wonder if it like dried up. Kind of dried up because I haven't used it in like forever. No worries on that. I'm gonna have to check that out because you don't use it, it tends to die on you. So I've got some pink stickles. Yeah, just do a little bit around the edges of some stickles, because why not? Just for a little bit extra something. And I'm almost done with this super fun and easy card. It's just fun to do a different shape or a different style once in a while. And so here are my 2 crisscross cards. So isn't that fun? So hoping that you guys will give that a try because it's really fun and easy for a little extra something something to your card. So thank you for watching. This is Cindy with Creating with the Heart.